What's going on, guys? Today we are going to take our first flight in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we are flying out of the LaGuardia Airport in New York, and we're going to take a little trip down the island of Manhattan. We're going to fly around the Empire State Building, around the Brooklyn Bridge, and we're going to end off down at the Statue of Liberty. So today we're using the Icon A5. If you've seen the thumbnail, you probably know why I'm using this plane. But there is a reason that we are ending at the Statue of Liberty there. And also today we're using the live weather. So at this current time at 10:49 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday, August 28th, this should be the exact weather that you would face if you were out in New York City. So without further ado, let's get on and get on the runway. Alright guys, here we are at the LaGuardia Airport. We are sitting on runway 31 and we are getting ready for takeoff. So let's take off our parking brake, pull our throttle all the way up, and let's get into the air. Inside of this plane is a really cool looking design. It reminds me of a Tesla, and honestly it looks like a car anyway on the inside. But here we go, we've got takeoff. Let's climb up a little bit. I'm going to be swapping between the inside and the outside views. So if you guys have a preference, let me know in the comments below. But put our gear up here. Go ahead and put our flaps up here, and we'll start heading over towards the city. Pull the throttle down a little bit now that we're in the air. So I'm playing the game on pretty low settings. Right now my CPU just can't keep up with running this game at decent settings and recording, but eventually I do plan on upgrading. But even with low settings, I mean, the buildings aren't super rendered in, but they do, I mean, they're 3D. That's about all you can ask for compared to an upgrade over the old Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, still an experience, even though it's not the 4K experience that some people can get. So for this flight, I'm also using the Thrustmaster TCA Airbus side stick, which I did do an unboxing and overview video for, and I'll leave a link in that in the description below to that video, along with a card in the top right. And I'll also leave a link to Amazon where you can get that or check it out if you want to. At the time of recording this video, I believe they were sold out, but hopefully they can get production going to keep up with the demand. Looks like we're getting over the island here, so our first stop will be right in front of us. It's going to be Central Park, and we're just going to fly right on over it. We may get some frame drops here too, because this is a lot of textures it's got to load in right now. So drop our throttle down a little bit more. So all the buildings in the distance look like little cones, and that's just because it's on low settings. If it was on any higher settings, those buildings should be detailed, but as we get closer, they should render in with better detail. I mean, as you can see, the buildings below have a little bit more, so. This is Central Park that we're flying over now, though. It looks really good for as low as the settings are here, but go ahead and throttle up a little bit so we can get some climbing, because at our current altitude we will not be clearing those buildings very well. Alright. Looks like the buildings are rendering in a little better, which is good. Let's continue to climb a little bit. Alright, so our next stop is going to be the Empire State Building. It's just off to the left. You can actually see it there. There's the H&M building there. It's amazing that they can do all of this. But I mean, the game is an intense game as far as what it demands from your computer, but most of this is being streamed in from Bing Maps. Just my computer doesn't have the ability to stream in the highest, or not stream, but render them all in the highest quality. But again, you know, it's not a big deal. You get the general gist of it. Alright, so Empire State Building's back there. I mean, just look at the city skyline. Like, that's amazing that they can put that into a video game and it's one-to-one with the actual city. Alright, so next stop's going to be the Brooklyn Bridge. Get a little lower here. There's the bridge. Looks like it's just a default texture. Again, I think if the settings were able to be higher, it would be more detailed. But it looks relatively good for low settings. I'll fly right over it. And just look at that skyline. Alright, now our last stop is going to be the Statue of Liberty here. So, I chose this plane for a reason, and you're about to see what that reason is. This is a plane that has the ability to land on the water, so we're going to land in front of the Statue of Liberty here. Or around it. I shouldn't say in front of, because we might overshoot it, but if you guys do have any suggestions from where, or for any places that I should fly, or any planes that you want to see, any places you want to see, again, I can only run pretty low settings, but if you want to see something else, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to try to get some footage of that. Okay. The water looks relatively good too for this low setting. I have played a little bit on the higher setting when I'm not recording. It looks pretty good here though. We're going to cut back the throttle. Put some flaps down. See if we can get some airspeed gone. No, that's losing pretty quick, so. Alright, we're going to cut the throttle completely. We're going to come in for our landing here. Okay. So, it's not like a typical landing on land. You have no brakes here, just because of being in the water. So we're just gonna hope that we can get to a stopping point before or around the statue, which I think we did pretty good there. So okay, so we'll put the flaps up a little, or all the way, I guess. We're just gonna throttle up just to get closer to the statue here. Alright, and there we are. We are in front of the Statue of Liberty. We'll get inside here and see what it looks like from there. So, I mean, that's pretty good looking for being on low quality, but anyway, thanks for joining me on my first flight, and I hope to be able to do plenty more of these in the future. So if there are any places that you want to see, let me know in the comments below. Thanks, and have a great day.